Cult of the Lamb is one of those games that is super cute on the packaging, but turns out to be one of the most vile and demonic things you'll ever experience. If you haven't heard of it, essentially it's a village building game where you build up your cult combined with a roguelike where you go on crusades and beat gods. And I am here to get every achievement it has to offer, and oh boy is there hard ones.
With the Ritual of Lust, the Breeding Tent and some Sin, I can basically just farm my own followers. When I got back, Sozo just fucking died. Please, 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 please. Let's go! Let's go! One more! I need one more! Back home, I built my first ranch where you can now have animals, which is a little weird if you think about it.
The one who waits asked me if I want to start a cult, and what kind of question is that? I absolutely want to start a cult. This is going to be the first achievement of the game, Deal with the Devil. After clearing the first room, I met up with Ratau and saved this fella, allowing me to indoctrinate my first follower into the cult and unlocking the first follower achievement. On day 1, I built a cooking fire, opened the door to Darkwood, and on my first crusade I encountered Ambrosius. But it's not like the bosses in this game are that difficult. Anyways, defeating them I unlocked the Death to Non-Believers achievement. I indoctrinated them, then built the shrine to get divine inspiration and indoctrinated another follower. With enough divine inspiration, I unlocked the temple and finished its construction. I performed my first sermon to my followers to get their faith and unlocked the Preacher of Truth achievement. With a level up in faith, I unlocked a permanent half heart and headed out on another crusade where I completed a commandment stone and ran into Valifar. Upon my return, I indoctrinated Valifar and found out my followers just shit everywhere they feel like. With another level in divine inspiration, I unlocked the farm plot, and with the stone commandment I unlocked the bonfire ritual, which increases follower faith. I leveled up my followers' strength, with which I unlocked some more curses for the crusade runs. With that, I went on another crusade, which went all the way to the next day where I ran into Barbatos, but defeating them got me another full commandment stone. The one who waits granted me the ability to read my followers' minds, which is kinda freaky, but without any original ideas, I decided to name my cult Zootopia. That is definitely not because I was watching edits of a particularly hot fox. With enough divine inspiration, I unlocked the farming bundle and the sleeping bags. I indoctrinated Barbatos, meaning I now had 5 followers, unlocking the flock grows achievement. I woke up my followers to do the sermon, and I unlocked the industrious trait, so followers work 15% quicker. After which I started day 4 with a little ritual to get the faith of my followers up, and unlocked the Crosser of the Thresholds achievement for doing my first ritual. After that, I made my way to the Lonely Shack, where I smoked a Ratau Knucklebones, unlocking the Game of Chance achievement. Before nightfall, I built a couple beds for my followers, then embarked on another crusade. During that, I met up with the Fisherman, unlocking the Pilgrim's Passage, but then...
Oh shit. Ouch.
Yeah, Leshy sent me straight home. With enough divine inspiration, I upgraded my cult to tier 2, unlocking a bunch more buildings. The next day, I built a seed silo and a little farm, and after the daily sermon, I upgraded the level of my weapons on crusades. I unlocked the Extol Theses to get daily money from my followers, as well as the offering statue and tabernacle, after which I went fishing for a while. The fisherman asked for a couple fish, in return giving me some holy talisman pieces. On day 7, I lit up the lighthouse at the pier, unlocking the Bringer of Light achievement. Back home, I unlocked the shelter, built the offering statue, gave the daily sermon, unlocking Bane weapons, after which I fished some more. Next day, I gave the daily sermon, and I went on another crusade where I rescued a follower and finally defeated Leshy, granting me the See No Evil achievement. Back home, I unlocked the stone mine, which I built along with a couple of beds and shelters. On day 10, I gave the daily sermon, unlocking vampiric weapons, and with the heart I got from Leshy, I unlocked the Darkness Within perk. I then got the lumberyard, after which I went fishing for a while. The next day, I built the lumberyard, I did the daily sermon, unlocked the refinery, and opened the door to Anura, where I ran into Guzion, which granted me with another complete commandment stone. After talking to the one who waits, I unlocked the Sacrifice of the Flesh ritual. At home, I wasted no time indoctrinating Guzion, unlocking the ritual fast, and sacrificing my least favorite follower. Yay, I'm a sacrifice! To permanently gain half a heart, and unlock the first death and sacrificial beast achievements for my first sacrifice and first follower death. How cute. I did a daily sermon and did the ritual feast, so my followers don't need to eat for a couple of days, and I proceeded to fish for a while. Daily sermon again the next day to unlock heavy attacks, and off I went on another crusade where I refused to bow to the other gods, which bit me in the ass. Even then, I eventually made it to Eligos. After defeating them, I made my way home to unlock the fertilizer silo and the outhouse, because I'm tired of shoveling shit. Anyways, I did a daily sermon, built the refinery used for crafting materials, indoctrinated Eligos, and made my way to the mushroom grotto, which I unlocked by meeting the mushrooms during the last crusade. I gave the daily sermon on day 15 to unlock more curses, and off I went on another crusade where I rescued a follower and ran into Zepar, which completed another commandment stone. Next day, I got the belief in sacrifice trait, so my followers gained more belief when I sacrificed someone, and did a daily sermon. On day 17, I did the daily sermon again, built some outhouses, went fishing, built a tabernacle, unlocked cheaper rituals, and after bringing Sozo some mushrooms, I got another holy talisman piece. Next morning, I did a daily sermon to get stronger weapons, and unlocked the Fleece of the Fates, granting me the Transform achievement for unlocking my first fleece. After that, I went on another crusade where I ran into Hecate, which went down with no problem, completing another commandment commandment stone and granted me the Speak No Evil achievement. With the heart I got from them, I unlocked the hunger perk, sacrificed this fella, I unlocked the ritual of resurrection to bring someone back to life, and performed the daily sermon to get the necromantic weapons. Finally, I did the blood moon ritual, which is a Halloween exclusive ritual for some cosmetics. Next day, I unlocked the body pit to bury dead people, did the daily sermon, got the brainwashing ritual from Sozo, and got another holy talisman piece. And after performing the ritual, I got one more holy talisman piece and the blueprint for a sculpture. Next day, I made my way to the shack to beat Flinky and Knucklebones, built the fertilizer silo for the farm, did the daily sermon, and after indoctrinating this follower from a quest into the cult, I got the Flock of Many achievement for gaining 10 followers. I unlocked the crypt to fit more dead bodies in, and then built one in the corner. I then went fishing, where I caught a crab, completing the Teach a Lamb to Fish achievement for catching one of every fish, as well as the fisherman's quest for a final holy talisman piece from him. I then did a daily sermon to increase the amount of fervor I can hold during my crusades, after which I opened the door to Anchor Deep and went into a crusade. Eventually I ran into Salios, who...
No, I was so close. No.
Anyways, I did a daily sermon on day 23, but when I wanted to go fishing... I scurried home to find a cold corpse, but I was a bit skeptical of cooking them, so I buried them and chucked them into the crypt. I went back to continue my fishing after that. I sold all the fish I caught the next day and got the Hoarder of Wealth achievement for having 666 coins. I did a daily sermon, but whilst I was shoveling poop...
No, Barbatos.
So I wrapped them up and put them in the crypt. After that I went out on a crusade, but another of my followers died. All my OGs are dropping one by one and I cannot cope. Anyways, I rescued a new follower to make up for the dead ones before running into Witness Agares. They went down easily, completing another commandment stone, granting me an Eye of the Witness and having another follower die. It must be some sort of bubonic plague going on, I swear. Did a daily sermon to get more curses, got the Inspire action, took care of the bodies, and unlocked the prison. And on day 26, I built it and imprisoned this fella who started losing their faith in me. The prison will solve them. After that, I built a couple shelters, did the daily sermon, and then embarked on another crusade where I ran into Salios. After defeating them, I made my way to give the daily sermon and do a sacrifice to upgrade my weapons, after which I unlocked the Scarecrow. The next day, I gave the daily sermon and built a mushroom statue, allowing me to grab a final holy talisman piece from Sozo, with which I unlocked the golden fleece before going on another crusade where I met Clunko and Bop and ran into Salios, which went like this.
What happened?
Anyways, I completed another commandment stone, after which I rescued another follower. But then... Back home, I unlocked the cannibal trait, which makes meals made out of followers' meat amazing. After that, I gave the daily sermon, unlocked the healing bay, and defeated Clunko and Bop at Knucklebones. Next day, I gave the daily sermon, bought all the tarot cards from the Pilgrim's Passage, all the tarot cards from Mushroom Grotto, built the healing bay to heal my sick followers, went on a crusade to rescue another follower, before running into Witness Balden, who dropped an Eye of the Witness. I didn't go very far after that though. Back home, I unlocked the confession booth, gave the daily sermon, and off I went on another crusade where I completed another stone commandment before running into Haburim. After that, I gave the daily sermon, I unlocked zealous weapons, after which I got the Ascent follower ritual. I then indoctrinated a follower from a quest, and the next day I found this.
What the fuck? Who? Which one of you?
Anyways, I gave the daily sermon and went on a crusade to Darkwood, where I rescued a follower, completed another stone commandment, rescued another follower, and eventually reaching the full end of this crusade with a mountain of loot. Upon my return from this 3-day long crusade, I upgraded my cult to tier 3, wrapped up another body, did the daily sermon, got the belief in the materialism trait, which increases faith when building better sleeping quarters, sacrificed this dude who was dissenting against the cult to get Kurai's blessing so I can reroll weapons at the start of a crusade, and finally unlocked the Farmer Station upgrade. I met Plimbo, unlocking the Smuggler's Sanctuary, and completed another commandment stone before running into Basilbub. After defeating them, I went home and unlocked the Shrine Flame bundle. The next day, started by giving the daily sermon, unlocking the wedding ritual. Yep, same game that has cannibalism and giant tentacles coming out the ground to sacrifice people. Anyways, I made my way to the Smuggler's Sanctuary to give Plimbo the eyes in return for holy talisman pieces and purchase all the tarot cards from there. With that, I made my way to another crusade. During that, I rescued another follower before encountering Kalamar, and oh my god, what domain expansion is this? Anyways, I got my ass handed to me. Back home, I unlocked the Grand Shelter, gave it a daily sermon, got the Ritual of Harvest to grow crops, and off I went to get my revenge. Never mind, that was even worse. Back home, I unlocked the Refinery upgrade and gave the daily sermon so I can hold more fervor. After that, I wrapped up another body and got wed again. Funeral and wedding on the same day, wow. Next day, I gave the daily sermon, went fishing, and unlocked the final tier for the cult, granting the devotion achievement. After that, I went to try that damn boss again. On the way, I rescued a follower, but then I don't get it. Back home, I gave the daily sermon, sacrificed the elderly to upgrade my weapons, and put a dude in prison for dissenting. The next day, I did a daily sermon to get dagger mastery when fishing and unlocked the kitchen. On day 46, I gave the daily sermon the next morning, got the respect your elders trait for increased faith when there's an elder in the cult. After which I got my minions to build the confession booth and taking confession from someone granted me the Keeper of Secrets achievement. I then built the kitchen so these loiterers can cook their own meals before going on another crusade to take Squidward down. Here we go again. Thank fuck. Defeating Tentacle Man granted me the Hear No Evil achievement. Back home, I wrapped up another body, unlocked the crypt upgrade, the ritual cooldown, and the morgue. I built another crypt and a morgue so they can store dead bodies in there whilst I'm gone. After that, I did a daily sermon, got the omnipresence perk, got the ritual of enlightenment to get more devotion, but I got interrupted by the snake of sin, which added some new upgrades, and unlocked the ritual of lust to harvest the sin from my followers. After a rather suspicious ritual, I went on a quick crusade, rescued a follower, unlocked the tent thinking I can get more sin, did the daily sermon to get stronger weapons, and chopped up a dude behind the morgue. He was dead anyway. It'd be a waste. Pretending like nothing happened, I gave the daily sermon, upgraded my temple, rescued this fella, and unlocked the last door to the Silk Cradle. Tamara, the boss, was having none of that though, and made me kill one of my followers. Anywho, I met Berith, who unlocked the tailor upgrade before running into Focolo. Back home, I unlocked the tailor, gave the daily sermon, unlocked what could possibly be the best item in the game, and went on another crusade, completed the commandment stone, and unlocked Manus' cave, granting me the leader of crusade achievement for unlocking all 5 locations. I learned my lesson from last time and decided to bow to Samura before eventually encountering Vefar. After defeating them, I met... And back home, I unlocked the outhouse upgrade because these motherfuckers shit like crazy. Anyways, I gave the daily sermon to unlock the final tier of weapons, sacrificed one of the old people to get more curses, and got wet again. Next morning, I gave the daily sermon, got the Sinner's Pride, which gave me enough sin to upgrade my temple again, unlocked the Harvest Totem, and made my way to Midas' cave to turn some of my old followers into gold for holy talisman pieces. I then made my way home to unlock another fleece. One of the achievements requires you to unlock all the follower forms, and majority of them you get through the crusades. But there's a couple special ones. So, you get the axolotl form by giving the axolotl in the lighthouse some crystals, the star from behind the gold throne, the poop from cooking poop bowls, and then I gave the daily sermon, gave these snails statues of shells to get a snail form, after which I spoke to this fox and offered him some fish and a follower. Next day I gave the daily sermon to unlock all the curses and get the Curses of Plenty achievement. After that I built the mating tent and got my followers to reproduce. I built an incubator to hatch the egg, I indoctrinated and healed 2 sick followers for a quest, but then I realized that...
Oh, that costed me a sin. It doesn't generate sin.
Anyways, I purchased a couple of the missing follower forms that I can get with money, and then offered the 2 sick followers I just rescued to the fox. I gave the daily sermon, got the trade to get sin from the confession booth, unlocked the drink house before going on a crusade where I met Shroomy, rescued 2 followers, but Shamara turned 2 more followers into descendants, so that kinda cancels out. Anyways, I ran to the Haras and defeating them got me another full commandment stone. Back home, I gave the daily sermon, got the belief in absolute traits, sacrificed the follower for merciless weapons, unlocked the shrine flame upgrade, destroyed Shroomy and Knucklebones, granting me the Master of Chance achievement for beating all opponents to Knucklebones, before offering Ratau to the fox for the wolf follower form and the last holy talisman piece. Next day I gave the daily sermon, got a ritual for followers to give me money, unlocked another fleece, got wed again, built a bar, and off I went on another crusade where I rescued a follower before running into Shamrock. But I don't know what this hammer is made of because they went down in literally 30 seconds.
That was so easy.
Unlocking the Think No Evil achievement. Back home, the egg had hatched, meaning I indoctrinated my first child into a cult. After which I broke up a fight, upgraded my temple again, got the last perk with Shamara's heart, gave the daily sermon, and unlocked compost. But now that the 4 main bosses have been taken down, we are nearly done with... Never mind, we're only halfway there. This game has so much madness happening, and I love it. Some of the achievements left are gonna be difficult, to say the least.
I have taken a good break from this game for a while. I'm going to use employment as an excuse, then I was away for a while and blah blah blah. The achievements that were left were definitely grindy, and I was not ready for that mentally. And even after I finished recording this section of the video, they decided to bring out an expansion which, get this, doubles the size of the game. That added a whole another 9 achievements, which, for God's sake, let's get on with it. Off the bat, on day 61 I unlocked the godly weapons, granting me the weapons of plenty achievement for unlocking all the weapons. After which, I upgraded my temple, sacrificed a follower, and made my way through the gate to heaven, where I needed 20 followers to continue. So, off I went on a crusade to save some more animals, where I had a bit of a close encounter. So, the next day I went to do some shopping for tarot cards, sacrificed another follower to Midas, unlocked the drum circle to get more sin, and continued to grind to get more followers. During that, I picked up my first piece of lore. With the ritual of lust, the breeding tent, and some sin, I can basically just farm my own followers, which is basically what I kept doing for the next 50 plus days, as you can get them to pretty high levels this way. Anyways, I got the butterfly follower form from collecting fireflies, but then I sacrificed another follower, gave one to Midas, and off I went again to get more followers, but that didn't go too well. Next day I went on another crusade where I met the same demise, but I won't give up that easily. After a successful crusade for once, I upgraded my temple and finally sacrificed my 10th follower, unlocking the Weigher of Souls achievement. After that, I got enough Holy Talisman pieces from different quests, unlocking another fleece, and off I went out again. But I've clearly lost any skills I had in this game whilst I was away. But god damn it, it's like an addiction. For fuck. When I got back, I decided my cult's name needs to be more appropriate. I still only had 14 followers, so back to crusading I went, where I found another piece of lore. After a successful crusade, I only needed 3 more followers, so off I went again. I made it back, but somehow I'm down a follower. Anyways, you get the drill by now. After a couple more crusades, I finally had 20 followers. Oh, for the love of God. Anyways, I upgraded my temple and purchased a follower from the spider dude, which finally gave me the 20 followers I needed, unlocking the Flock of All achievement. Coincidentally, I also had collected all the commandment stones, allowing me to unlock all doctrines and get the gospel achievement. With those 20 followers, I can start the ritual to fight the one who waits, but it didn't go too well. I went straight back and had no problems the second time, which unlocked the Do No Evil achievement for defeating the one who waits, after which I decided to spare him for a future achievement. I made my way back to the slaughterhouse and found out there's even more fleeces to unlock, but then I had Question Mark Man show up again, which made it so I have to fight all the bosses again, and off I went to continue the crusades, where I ran into Midas again, who stole some of my coins. Defeating bosses in these crusades now drops god tiers, which are going to become an immense pain in my ass to get. Upon my return to the Question Mark Man, I got to give him a name, so I went for Meep. You can trade the gold tiers for wheel spins, for all sorts of stuff, like forgotten commandment stones, to get all the doctrines I didn't pick before. With the second section of the game, all there was to do now was grind the hell out of these crusades to fight bosses and get god tiers. On the next crusade, I found another piece of lore, and once I got back, I hatched my 5th egg, unlocking the Propagate the Flock achievement. After that, I continued the crusade grind, and with the couple god tiers I had, I got a Holy Talisman piece and a statue. In we go again, but this time I got to fight Leshy, and killing them allowed me to indoctrinate them. When I got back, Meep opened the Purgatory for me, which is essentially a crusade where you fight all the bosses in a row to get god tiers, but time is frozen in the real world and you get a free run every single day. Anyways, with the couple god tiers I had, I got a relic, a Holy Talisman piece, and a necklace. There's an achievement to complete the whole run in the Purgatory, so this is another thing added to the daily to-do list. With some god tiers, I got a commandment stone and a relic, after which I sacrificed the follower to open the next door, and off I went on a crusade. I went again on another Purgatory run, and with the god tiers from that, I got 2 commandment stones and a Holy Talisman piece, after which I went to the crusade where Midas stole my coins again. With the Purgatory open, the majority of the game is just grinding god tiers for the rewards from Meep, so off I kept going. With the god tiers from that, I got another commandment stone and necklace, a follower form, and a tarot card, then off I went on a crusade. You know the drill by now, Purgatory run, where this time I actually beat Leshy without taking any damage, which granted the Order achievement. With god tiers, I got a necklace, Holy Talisman piece, and a commandment stone, and with that I was able to get another fleece, and off I went again, but I got clapped this time. I had a quest to do in Darkwood quickly, after which I ran a Purgatory crusade, with which I got a commandment stone and another statue, then another crusade where for Purgatory again, where I reached and defeated the one who waits, completing my first full Purgatory row, unlocking the Slayer of Souls achievement. The god tiers got me a commandment stone and a statue, then off I went to die again. At this point, the daily routine went something like this: take care of the children, get as much sin, doing some rituals and doctrines whenever I can, do the daily Purgatory run, trade my god tiers. I actually got something really important this time. And then die in crusades. That sums up the game at this point. The next Purgatory run got me 2 commandment stones, and another run the day after got me 1 more commandment stone. Annoyingly, this is the most useless thing I can get from him. I went on a crusade just to die to this stupid boss for like the 5th time. I'm sacrificing one of my followers, I can't. But at this point I was sick and tired of this, so I sacrificed one of my followers, and I finally did it. In triumph and celebration of day 100, I upgraded my temple, and on day 101 I went on a Purgatory run again to get 2 Holy Talisman pieces and a commandment stone before starting a crusade where I got shit on by Calamar. Another Purgatory run got me a Holy Talisman piece before going on a crusade where I got my revenge, so I indoctrinated Calamar into the slaughterhouse. I sacrificed a follower to open the door to Honora and got 2 necklaces and a follower form with some gold tiers I had before running a crusade where I found another piece of lore. Purgatory run again, this time beating Hecate without taking damage, granting me the State achievement, and with gold tiers I got a statue and a follower form. Back home, I unlocked all the buildings possible with divine inspiration before going on another crusade. Back home again, I maxed out my temple, got a Holy Talisman piece and therefore a fleece before going on a Purgatory run, which got me a tarot card and a commandment stone. I'm sure you've gotten bored and you've gotten the gist of the grind that is happening by now. It's a bit ridiculous, but I ran another crusade where I found out Sozo, the mushroom dude, is in trouble, but I completely forgot about that the second I left that room. The next day I went on another Purgatory run where I pulled a madness. Let's go! I beat Shamura without taking any damage, unlocking the peace achievement. I don't think I breathed for the last like 2 minutes. After that, I changed my gold tiers to meep for a tarot card and a necklace. At this point, I just wanted to complete this final grind and finish the main game, so I just ran on another crusade where I beat and recruited Heket to my cult, which now makes 4 out of 5 bishops recruited. Back home, I gave the small to dark necklace, which remember I said was going to be very important, and sacrificing them brought Aim into the cult. I did the same with the light necklace to get Baal, and then I put them into the demonic circle, which will make sense in a minute, hold on. I sacrificed all my followers to open the final door and went back to meep to trade some gold tiers for a commandment stone, a follower form, and 2 holy talisman pieces. The next day I went back to Midas's cave to see if I missed anything there, so I copped the last tarot card there was before going on a crusade again. This time though, I ran into Fornius, and returning her children to her granted me the True Love Found achievement. I told you it would make sense. What was left for now was just finishing a couple more crusades to indoctrinate Shamra as well, which is basically what I grinded the next few days. Although Shamra wasn't very happy with that idea, because what the fuck is this? But I don't give up that easily. I found an ancient tablet during that run, and back home I chopped up some more bodies behind the morgue before going on another crusade. This guy got me pretty bad, so I sacrificed some of my followers just to finish him off, because who does he think he is? In for a third crusade, which was no problem, after which I traded my gold tiers for a necklace, a holy talisman piece, a commandment stone, and the stupidest follower form. The grind continued, so off I went on the final crusade where Shamra went down without any problems. Recruiting them got me the Leader of Leaders achievement for indoctrinating all 5 bishops into my cult. After talking to Meep, I got this statue and this fleece, which indicates the end of the main game. What a ridiculously good and fun game. But my job here is nowhere near done. After the credits, I traded my gold tiers to Meep for a holy talisman piece, a commandment stone, a decoration, and this fella. And then back at the temple, I unlocked this fleece. However, even though the credits rolled, there's still a couple more things to do in the main game and a couple of bits to collect, and last but not least, Woolhaven is waiting. With the main game now finished, all I was missing was the random side quest the game had for me, and the brand new Woolhaven DLC. I wanted to try and complete everything possible in terms of achievements on the mainland before moving on to Woolhaven. That meant getting all the tarot cards, fleeces, follower skins, outfits, lore, 12 disciples, and the random side quests that were left. So, less yapping, more doing. One of the easier achievements to get was collecting all the tarot cards, and I was only missing a couple, majority of which were from Meep, meaning I needed quite a lot of god tiers. So I went on a purgatory run, and with those god tiers I got one of the tarot cards and a necklace. With some of the mushrooms I had planted, I brought Sozo back from the dead, who's going to be important for an achievement. I hopped in for another purgatory run to get god tiers, with which I got a flag. After which I went on an actual crusade where I ran into Helob, who gave me a tarot card, meaning the only ones I had left were from me. On that same run I found another ancient tablet before eventually running into Midas. This time I got my money back and a shakedown achievement. The boss at the end also gave me an Eye of the Witness, which I gave to Plimbo for a holy talisman piece. I only needed 2 more of these eyes and I could unlock the final fleece. After that I started the purgatory run, with which I got not 1, not 2, but 3 tarot cards, meaning I only needed 1 more from me for the full collection. Back in the slaughterhouse, Sozo gave me a quest to do in Anura, so off I went where I rescued his mushroom friend. I had another gold tier the next day which got me a commandment stone, but when I got back Sozo literally ate the mushroom. What the hell, dude? At this point I've managed to beat every boss without taking damage for the achievements except for Kalamar, so now I was determined to just run crusades until I beat him. I was using this fleece, which makes it so that I do 10 times more damage but can only ever have half a heart, which should make it a lot easier. Or not. So I tried again the next day and I died before even seeing Kalmar. Attempt 3, still no luck, so obviously I tried again the next day, but I still couldn't crack it. However, that day I unlocked the discipleship ritual, meaning I can make a level 10 follower into a disciple, and I needed 12 of those for an achievement. I had another god tier, which luckily got me the last tarot card I needed for the full deck achievement. After that I tried to fight Kalamar again, but I don't even want to talk about it. Of course I tried again the next day, where this happened. Let's go! I finally managed to beat Kalamar without taking any damage, unlocking the Cure achievement. Back home, Heket tasked me to find his throat in Anura, and I got another disciple. The next day, Sozo gave me another quest, but I declined, meaning I had to put him in prison, but bear with me here, it'll make sense. Anyways, I went to Anura where I got Heket's throat, and when I got back, I re-educated Sozo, turning him into Dr. Sazonius, unlocking the Regenerate achievement. After that, I went on a crusade to Silk Cradle, because Shamra tasked me to find her skull, and back in the slaughterhouse, I got another disciple, and I traded a gold tier for another commandment stone. After that I took Kalamar to his temple for a relic, but when I got back, Sozo just fucking died. It's just drama with him, I swear. With that I went on a crusade for some bones, but I found the ripped note which I needed for the lore achievement. I then made my way back and finally unlocked the final upgrade to the temple, granting me the aesthetics of the lamp achievement. Next day I also got another disciple before going on a crusade in Anura where I brought Heket to their temple for this relic. Back home I got yet another disciple and then made my way to Anura again where I defeated the witness to get their eye. With that I again got another disciple and gave Plimbo the Eye of the Witness for a holy talisman piece, meaning I only needed 1 more more. So I wasted no time making my way to Anchor Deep, where I defeated the witness and got the last eye. I went back to the slaughterhouse and got another disciple, after which I gave Plimbo the eye for the last holy talisman piece before going back and unlocking the final fleece for the transmute achievement. All I had left now was the relics, the rest of the disciples, a handful of follower skins, the lore and outfits. I got my work cut out. Next day, I made my way to Silk Cradle, where I brought Shamura back to the temple for this relic. When I got back, I got another disciple, and by this point in the game, I wanted to start grinding some of the outfits because I barely had any. There's two types of outfits, normal ones you get from the shop, and a couple special ones from certain actions, like making 30 drinks at the pub. The way you get the lore bits I needed is by running a crusade and getting lucky with a secret room, which contains ancient tablets. I had 2 already, so I needed 8 more, and so the grind began. You get the chef outfit by cracking 3 of the eggs you get from the mating tent, so I had my followers reproduce and keep producing eggs until I got it. You get the jester outfit by crafting 30 outfits, so I did that for a while, but after that I had some more god tiers to trade, where I got a follower form before going on a crusade where I didn't find any lore, but I did get an outfit. Back home I did a pit fight ritual, as if you do 3 of them you get another outfit, after which I got another disciple. I went on a crusade the next day where I found an ancient tablet and a bow and outfit. It's about as successful as it can get. I got another disciple back home, then ran another crusade where I yet again found an ancient tablet. Next day was same old, running another crusade where I got an ancient tablet, then back home got another disciple. Jesus dude, how many more did I need? Anyways, I got another tablet next run, meaning I only needed 3 more, which went a lot quicker than I thought. Anywho, I also bought a new outfit, and when I got back I did another fight pit ritual to get the warrior outfit. Back on the crusade straight after, where I got another outfit, and when I got back, the one who always gave me this relic for completing all the gods quests, meaning I now had all the relics for the relics of the old faith achievement. Was slowly getting there. Next day I went on another crusade where I got yet another piece of lore and 1 more outfit, meaning I was really close to finishing these achievements. Back home I finally got the 12th disciple from that ritual, granting me the apostles achievement. God, this was a grind. On the bright side though, I got another piece of lore and an outfit on a crusade. Next day I made my way to another crusade where I finally got the final piece of lore for the holder of history achievement. On that run I also got another outfit, meaning we were so nearly there. All that was left was another outfit from the caterpillar, making the 30 drinks to the bar from the bartender outfit, and the last 2 follower forms, which very annoyingly you can only get from me with god tiers, purely on luck with that spin. So the only thing I can really do is grind god tiers. The problem here is that the loot pool for the follower forms isn't just those 2, it's all of these extra ones as well, which were previous Twitch drops that you don't need for the achievement. So not only do I have to get lucky enough for the spin to land on the follower form, but also get lucky enough to get the 2 that I needed out of like 20. Yeah. But just before that grind, I went and got the last outfit from the caterpillar. When I got back, I finally finished making all the drinks for the bartender outfit as well, unlocking the Secherov Trends achievement. So all I did for the next couple of real life days was grind for god tiers, because that's all there was left to do. And let me tell you, I spun that wheel so many damn times, but the odds were just not in my favor. Not only do you have like a 25% chance of getting a follower form, but getting the 2 I needed made the chances even smaller. At this point I was getting sick and tired of this, so I thought fuck it. I went and made some smart financial decisions before finally buying Woolhaven. This now brings winter to the slaughterhouse, along with a ton of new bosses, things to do and collect, so strap in because it does get wild. When you get the DLC, you can expand the farm, which is where I ended up putting everything from the DLC. It also unlocks the Woolhaven area, which has a lot of work to be put into it. But before I can do anything, I went to the Crusade to Youthful, where I can now get a mace, which is pretty cool. But you know what's even cooler? This DLC has fucking cutscenes, like, hello? Anyways, the main idea of the DLC is to call these lost souls home, which will make sense soon, but in the meanwhile I found out you can make snow lambs. Anyways, the lost souls you can return to Inya to bring winter to the slaughterhouse. Woolhaven introduces Rotburn as well, which is going to be really important soon. But after that crusade, I was able to unlock the Rotburn furnace, which will be crucial for warming up the cult during winter. The DLC also unlocked a couple more upgrades for crusades like relics and curses, which is a lot more content than I thought. Because of the winter, I now needed to fuel the furnace with Rotburn to keep my followers from freezing. The next day I was able to resurrect the Rancho Barak, and then I went on a crusade where I ran into Marcosius, who stole basically all the food I had, meaning my cult was down to rations. Oh, and crops don't grow in the winter, of course. During this, I was still doing my purgatory runs to get the follower forms, where finally this happened. Please, 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 please. Let's go! Let's go! One more! I need one more! And then by some miracle, the next day this happened. brother, fuck's sake. Please, 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 please. Oh my god, let's go! Let's go! I got the last follower form I needed for the full flock achievement. Thank the Lord. With this, that also meant I unlocked everything in the main game, which got me the Godhood achievement. Back home, I built my first ranch where you can now have animals, which is a little weird if you think about it, but they give you a wool, which is a really important resource for basically everything in this DLC. After that, I made my way on a crusade where I found Midas, who's definitely seen better days, but back in Woolhaven I discovered the Spirit's quests. Each one will have something different, and for the rancher, for example, I'll need to bring him a high level version of each animal he sells. So I brought him a goat, which unlocked llamas. After that, I finally returned enough lost souls to upgrade my furnace, which made it so that blizzards can now occur. The next day, I brought the rancher a llama, which unlocked cows for my ranch. And a couple days later, I was able to resurrect Midas with his skull, after which I brought the rancher a cow, unlocking turtles for my ranch. I also found the wool to resurrect the shrew and chard, which annoyingly made it so that wolves can attack my ranch animals. In Woolhaven, I built the Scholar's House, which unlocks this unnecessarily complicated rock paper scissors game, so just like anyone with a hyperfixation, I spent the next hour beating nearly every spirit to get all the pieces for an achievement. The Scholar gives you quests to bet ball against every single spirit, so I beat them all again to complete those quests. The next day, I brought the rancher a turtle, which unlocked the crab for my ranch, after which I went on a crusade where I ran into the executioner, and defeating them granted the Swing of the Axe achievement. After that, I decided to spare them, because no matter one's past, all can slave away in the slaughterhouse. And once I got back, Midas grew up and became a little shit straight away, after which I made some clothing for my followers to keep them warm in the winter. Back in Woolhaven, I built the Stargazer's Place, who sells tarot cards for an extortionate amount of wool. And the next night, the fucking wolves attacked my ranch, but no worries. There was no casualties. After that, I brought the rancher a crab, which unlocked snails for my ranch. After a crusade the next day, I was also able to resurrect the harbinger, which made winter even more difficult by making it so that some buildings can be snowed in. But I resurrected the warrior as well, after which I built a trap with some gold in hopes of catching Midas, because the little shit kept stealing my gold. The Stargazer's quests are about finding her children who are hiding in various places. So I first found them hiding in this well, and I got distracted basically straight away, because I brought a snail to the rancher to unlock the spider, meaning I completed all of his quests. Then I found the children hiding in my temple, and the next day I built the Chard's Forge, where I'll be able to craft legendary weapons for an achievement later. I only needed to play Sariel in the rock paper scissors game to get the last pieces I needed, and after losing pretty shamefully, I got the final piece I needed for the complete collection achievement. The next day, the trap I laid out caught Midas, which allowed me to indoctrinate him again, granting the Eat the Rich achievement. Little shit. Back in Woolhaven, I gave the warrior 100 wool, and in return, I got a relic, which doesn't even help me with anything, so that was an absolute waste. But after that, I went to the crusade where I found the legendary weapon fragment, and back home, I found the kids hiding in Pilgrim's Passage. In Woolhaven, I returned some lost souls to Ignia, which brought the max level winter, where lightning can now strike during blizzards. With the fragment I found, Rami made the legendary hammer, which is my first legendary weapon. After that, I found the kids hiding again in Spore Grotto and once more in Smuggler's Sanctuary. The next day, the execution gave me another fragment, which forges the axe, after which I built Chizak's shop. I then found the kids' final hiding spot in Midas's cave, finishing up the Stargazer's quests. I also found the Wool of the Pretender and the Wool of the Innocent, meaning I now had all the spirits in Woolhaven. I also found the fragment for the legendary sword during a crusade. After a couple of crusades, it was now time to fight Marcosius, the prick who stole my food. In the temple, I picked up a legendary weapon fragment before taking on this abomination of a creature, but the first time didn't go very well. That fragment I got created the legendary gauntlets, which I used against Marcosius to do this. Let's go! That was easier than I thought. Finally, defeating Marcosius granted me the Killer Instinct achievement and unlocked the final room, which is the fight against Ignia, although I may have underestimated her a little bit. So, back in Woolhaven, I rebuilt Sariel's shop. I then discovered the Hollow Knight Easter egg. Is it gonna bring back the Hollow Knight spirit? Oh? Cute! It's the shawl. Let's put flowers on it. Oh, look, it's the shawl. That's so cute. Hollow Knight holds a dear place in my heart, so that was actually really cute. Anyways, the next day I went to fight Ignia again just to get my cheeks clamped again. So, I changed strategy. This is an achievement where you have to defeat Ignia without attacking her. She takes tiny amounts of damage every time she launches her minions, so all you have to do is just survive. With that strategy, this happened. No! No! So close! No! Oh. But if you've been watching my videos, you know I'm very persistent. So I tried again where this happened. I did it! Let's go! There's 2 achievements in one. And so that was a lot easier than I thought, and doing so unlocked 2 achievements in one. Rot no more for defeating Ignia, and the Respect Thy Mother achievement for defeating her without attacking. This meant I literally had 3 achievements left. The easiest one to knock out was to talk to this demon in the lake and give him a rotten follower in exchange for Rotau's cloak and the Prodigal Child achievement. The last 2 achievements required me to complete everything in Woolhaven and restore all the legendary weapons. Light work. For that I needed to leave some wool offerings for some spirits like the Stargazer, the Chart, and a couple more. For the legendary dagger, you have to go on a crusade in the Rot to meet Charbdis, who gives you a letter which you take to Scylla in Euphor, who tasks you to grab a fishing rod from the fisherman, and when you return to Scylla with the rod, she gives you a fragment. God, that was a mouthful. Back at the slaughterhouse, Ignia asked me to fill all the flower pots in Woolhaven with flowers, which luckily I already did, meaning I technically completed everything in Woolhaven for the Woolhaven Reborn achievement. The final achievement was these damn legendary weapons. So, back in Rami's place, I forged the dagger, and the next day winter came back, meaning I could fish in the icy lake for another fragment, which makes the legendary shotgun, meaning I only needed 1 more weapon to finish the game. You get this fragment by completing all the spirits quests. I finished the Rancher, Stargazer, Scholar, and Chart quests, meaning I only had the Resolute quests, which required quite a hefty amount of wool offerings. So I spent a few days just gathering wool. On day 196 I left the offerings for the Shrewd, and the day after I left the offering for the Resolute. And then I realized that there's actually 1 more quest board for the Shrewd, which basically just requires building a bunch of decorations. So after a while of building some random ass decorations, I got the last fragment, but I just needed a tiny bit more wool to actually forge it. But finally, on day 200, I finally forged the last legendary weapon, the mace, for the Maker of Legends achievement. And that's it. Every single achievement is under my belt, and we got this team badge. The DLC was ridiculously good, and I would highly recommend people to play this game. It might have been a bit grindy at times, but everything about it was so well made. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, a like, subscribe, or sharing it with a friend would mean a lot more than you can imagine. If you want to see more of this style of video, check out the rest of my channel for other games I've 100%ed, or if you have a game you really love, drop it in the comments and I might check it out in the future. Peace!